Yo, what's going on? It's Too Tough. Check it out. We had a few fights last night. Chris Conwell beat Patrick Day. Patrick Day seems to be in a coma today. Well, last reports he was in a coma. It was a good fight until Patrick Day got stopped. I think it was a right temple shot followed by a left hook to the jaw that kind of did him in, and then once he fell and his head hit the canvas, that was it. That's all she wrote. This is a reminder of the sad state and how dangerous the sport that we love is. But that's what happened. Conwell defeats Patrick Day. This is, I think they super welterweights, 154 pounders. So I don't think Conwell is quite ready for the likes of like Charlo, Herb, Trout, and all of those guys. But maybe he could get a fight with James Kirkland. Maybe he could get a fight with Curtis Stevens, one of those guys. Maybe even Toriano Johnson. No, Toriano Johnson I think is a middleweight. But one of those guys. Maybe he could get a fight with him. Gabe Rosado is available. I think he could shrink down to 154. Anyway, so that's that. Bivol decisions Castillo. I think he knocked him down in the 6th round it was. And Castillo wasn't really a threat. I think he lost. Who did Castillo lose to? I think he lost to Marcus Brown a few fights back. Anyway, Bivol calling out the other guys, saying he'll unify with any of the other ones. In my opinion, Bivol seems to be the better mover out of the 4 heavyweight champions. In my opinion, he's the weakest of the punches. Where you got, I don't know, a toss-up between Beterbiev and Kovalev is number 1. Gostic is right behind them, and then Bivol is like the weakest punching champion. Weakest meaning just he's not as strong as the other ones. Not weak meaning he's really a weak puncher. But Bivol, yeah, he's I'm rooting for him, y'all. I kind of dig him. He tries to speak in English. It's a good thing when you get your translator translating stuff to you, and then you respond in English, or you do your best to respond in the best English you can. Shows a lot, man. He shows he's concerned about the fans that's watching him, things like that. So, props to Bivol. He said he'll go down to 168. I don't know. He's the zone friendly, but the zone and ESPN have been staging stuff together, so I don't understand why they couldn't stage. Next week, Beterbiev fights Gostic for unification, and then 2 weeks after that, Kovalev fights Canelo. So, and then Bivol. So, their next fights, they should be able to set up one of the two. If Kovalev loses to Canelo, then maybe he gets a shot against Bivol, or Bivol gets the winner of Gostic versus Beterbiev. Go for it. Anyway, so that's that. And then, the main event, Usyk stops Chaz Witherspoon. Chaz Witherspoon is Tim Witherspoon's cousin, I believe. The former heavyweight titleist from the 80s. The first round, Chaz was kind of, that would have been the only round I gave Chaz would have been the first round if he was to win any of the rounds of the fight. I don't really think he won any of the other rounds. But you could see as the fight progressed, how Usyk got a little bit more comfortable. You could see what he was doing. Even at one point, in my opinion, was going to be able to stop him, but then he backed off a little bit. Maybe there was something wrong, like he pulled something. I don't know. Maybe he wanted to get more rounds. But it seemed like a point. I think it might have been in the 5th round where he was going to be able to stop Chaz, but then he backed off, and then he let Chaz survive the round. It was a short notice fight. Chaz could possibly, I wouldn't mind seeing Chaz fight somebody like Jarrell Miller on a comeback, or Carlos Takam. Those would be some decent fights for him to fight. Then you got Usyk saying that he's ready for the big boys. I'm not Usyk, in my opinion, gets touched a lot. He does move well, but he's talking about adding a few more pounds. So I don't know how the movement will. I want to be confident enough that if he adds a few pounds, he's going to do the workout so that he'll be comfortable with the added weight. But from the performance last night, I do not think he could beat Tyson Fury. I do not think he could beat Deontay Wilder. And Andy Ruiz will be a nice fight between them two. Because Andy Ruiz has quick hands. And he's a heavyweight, so he can pop. So you have that. Then you got Josh Warrington defeated, I don't want to chop up his name, but Sofiana Takac. That was on ESPN. I think it was a second round stoppage. Some craziness. Josh, what's available to Josh? Gary Russell is the WBC champion. Leo Santa Cruz vacated that. He could fight Can Yu, because Can Yu is supposed to be moving up. He could fight, Shakur Stevenson, because they're friendly. They're network friendly. Shakur Stevenson's about to fight for a vacant WBO title, so it'll be a unification of sorts. I mean, they could possibly petition that WBA let them fight Can Yu for the vacant WBA title. That's possible. But Josh Warrington, he impressed. He did what he was supposed to do against the guy that was outclassed by him. Not really going to talk too much more on those fights, on any of the other fights on that card, because that was the only one I was really interested in seeing. Then you had Chad Dawson. He fought last night. He defeated Grashchev. He defeated Grashchev. Is Chad Dawson back? I'm not sure. He was just nominated to the Connecticut Hall of Fame too. Him and Arturo Gatti. I think they was both named to the Connecticut Hall of Fame. Anyway,
if I can find
Chad, is he back? Will he be back? I don't know. I don't think his best days are way behind him. And then Cassius Chaney, the U.S. heavyweight prospect, he fought and won last night. He defeated the guy named Zagato. His last 3 fights was against Chaney. This is funny, all right? The dude Cassius Chaney was fighting last night. His last 3 fights was against Chaney, obviously, Chaz earlier this year, and then Tyrone Spong. Right? Right? That's what I said. Right? When I think, I'm like, wait, Spong, Chaz, and then what's it called? Like, that's Sponged up. And he lost all 3 of those, by the way. So Chaz did have a victory to fight before he lost to Usyk. That's funny, though. Cassius Chaney, to me, in my opinion, is a better heavyweight, U.S. heavyweight prospect than Jermaine Franklin. Jermaine Franklin talking about he's the best U.S. heavyweight prospect. I don't think so. Cassius Chaney or George Arias. George Arias is like the main. I don't know if you want to consider him a U.S. heavyweight prospect, but he fights out of New York. And then on Friday, you had Jay Harris defeating Patty Barnes. Terry Flanagan winning by DQ. What is this? Flyweight. I'm not sure what's going to happen with Jay Harris. What's it called? Didn't he just vacate a title to go up to maybe he could get that Charlie Edwards fight, that fight that he vacated, because he vacated the title. I think that was a flyweight, or was that super flyweight? Maybe he could go after that title. Maybe he could go after the guy that that lost to Charlie Edwards and on Charlie Edwards' last fight. Maybe he could go after him and fight for a vacant title. That might work. And then Terry Flanagan, Turbo, he won by DQ. I guess that's how you pronounce his name, Ansar. He just kept hitting him after the ref was breaking him. So he got DQ'd. He got warned. I think he got a point taken away, and then they just said, you know what, you're not here to fight. So they DQ'd him, gave Terry Flanagan the nod. This was at lightweight, I believe, so is Terry Flanagan back at lightweight? And if so, is Terry Flanagan coming back down to lightweight so he could possibly be an opponent for Valdez or Frampton? I wouldn't mind seeing, well, no, Carl Frampton is at 130, not 135. So I couldn't see a Terry Flanagan, Carl Frampton. Terry Flanagan versus 135. Terry Flanagan versus the Richie Comey versus Teofimo Lopez winner. I could see that one. Or maybe, yeah, I could see that one. Or maybe the Jamel Herring, Lamont Roach winner. You could fight him. One of those two guys. That'll be cool. Anyway, that was this weekend's fights. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Tough Talk. Number 2. TUFF. Tough Talk. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like, comment, share. Too tough. And I'm out.